Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. I'm enjoying some warmer weather. I am in Southern Maryland visiting my brother. So in about an hour, I'll be going to the beach, but I will think of everybody here and hope you guys can all feel some of that. So my name is Matthew Riddle. I am the Executive Director for the American Red Cross in the South Central Ohio chapter. This chapter is new. It was formed back in April. So I have been building this chapter with my board of directors virtually. And we have done, I believe, a great job. I'm excited to share with you, a little bit about what the Red Cross does, just to make sure that everyone is aware. I think there's lines of service that some people may or may not know about. Talk a little bit about our impact locally, my plans for Fairfield County, and then offer you guys some opportunities where you might be able to help us out. So I'm going to go with my PowerPoint really quick and make sure I get this brought up. Okay. All right. Can you guys all see the main mission screen? Okay. So the mission of the American Red Cross is to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of our donors. I think this is a mission that a lot of us on this call can relate to. I think if you're on this phone call or on this Zoom call, you're probably really care about the community and making it a better place for all of us. And that's really what the Red Cross does. When there's a time where help is needed, we do exactly what our mission statement says. We use the power of our volunteers, which is 90% of our workforce, and we couldn't do any of our work without our donors. I wanted to talk about this as well. I saw this recently in one of our slide decks, and I thought it'd be appropriate to share now, especially with everything that's been going on over the past year. A lot of us have been working virtually, haven't maybe got out of the house as much, obviously, because of COVID. Just to remember that volunteering is good for you, whether it's with the Red Cross or it's with another organization. It's going to reduce some stress. It's going to give you a sense of purpose and teach you some valuable skills. Volunteering helps people stay physically and mentally active. And this one's my favorite. Volunteering helps you meet others and develop new relationships. And it provides the opportunity to give back and help others. So if you're wanting to share this with maybe a friend or a family member and who may be having a hard time or is stressed and is looking for a little bit of a break, maybe volunteering is good for them. And so our services down the street, across the country, around the world is a pretty good explanation. We have 5 lines of service. The first one is preparedness and health and safety. So this is going to be our CPR and training courses. This is going to be our babysitting classes, swim classes, aquatics training, and everything where you can train and do safety. So in Fairfield County, I know we do CPR classes, and I'm going to get a list to you guys after this presentation so you are aware of what's going on in the county as we move forward. But that's kind of the training services aspect of our organization. The next one is probably our most popular thing that everyone knows we do, blood drives, and our biomedical division, which obviously is the provider of blood for hospitals in our area in Ohio. For example, the Cleveland Clinic is all American Red Cross blood, and so are several of the other hospitals in our territories. Disaster services is, it could be very local. Right now we have people in Kentucky that are helping with the flooding that are from our area and our chapter, and we go across the country. It's California wildfires, or it's going to be hurricanes. But almost more importantly is the local disasters that we do every night. We have a great group of disaster team members in Fairfield County. and they are the ones that answer the call at 2, 3 in the morning to go and help the family, put a blanket around them, and get them set up to recover from what they just experienced, whether it was a flood or a house fire or any other kind of natural disaster. Service to armed forces is really a 3-step approach that we have with the military. It's prepping, responding, and recovering. So the American Red Cross is at every single deployment or deployment for basic training. So we make sure it's a priority to speak with the soldier and the family members to understand our services before they leave. And so everyone's comfortable with the help that we can offer. Now responding, how we help responses, just for another example, if a soldier's wife is going to be giving birth and something were to happen, or they just wanted their husband to be there, the family knows to contact the Red Cross. We are the go-between between the soldier and the family. We set up the planes and to get them back home. So that's really how we are. We're an emergency service for them during their deployments. And then most importantly, recovery. You're seeing it more and more, but we're reaching out to veterans. We're holding, coping skills classes and resiliency courses for veterans. And we do have a veteran hospital in our chapter in Chillicothe, and we are working to do more things there as well. International services is measles and rubella. The American Red Cross, with its partners, I believe, give around 500,000 doses of measles and rubella per day. And those numbers are on the next screen, but that's kind of how our international work looks like in America. Is helping with the measles and rubella. And the Red Cross is in 179 different countries as well. So here's just some of the numbers that, we impact lives every day. Over 30,000 people are assisted by the American Red Cross daily. 170 times a day, we're helping a family affected by a disaster. 13,000 times a day, the Red Cross needs blood donations. We're installing 1,100 free smoke alarms every day, 1,300 military services. And here's the big number, 621,000 times a day a child receives a measles or rubella vaccination from the Red Cross and partners, and 13,000 times a day a person receives life-saving Red Cross training. So when I'm thinking, why I love the American Red Cross, and, for those who are interested in volunteering or being part of our mission, we really are in the business of saving lives. Everything we do is to help prepare us for situations and to be there for families who are going through times that are really tough. And I think that's a really good mission to get behind. So here is our chapter locally. So it's the South Central Ohio chapter. It started this past April. And what I mean by started is a lot of these counties, in a reorganization. I used to be an executive director in Southeast Ohio. I had more counties towards Zanesville, Muskingum County and Licking County. And we kind of just, move chapters around that make more sense in terms of logistics. So this is the 10-county chapter. You can see Ross County, Chillicothe is where right now our headquarters is. We have buildings in Fayette, Pickaway, Fairfield, and Athens. So far this year, we've responded to 111 disasters while assisting 123 families. As a chapter, we have 151 volunteers. We've done 264 service to armed forces cases. We've enrolled 900 people in preparedness and health and safety training, and overall collected about 11,619 pints of blood, which equals out to be about 34,800 lives saved, as the Red Cross is able to take 3 life-saving amounts of blood from each pint donated on average. So in terms of a chapter, it is my vision to make Fairfield County the de facto headquarters for me moving forward. It is the biggest county in this area of 10 counties. And I want to make sure that Fairfield County has space with the Red Cross that is big enough to have blood drives, to have its own training classes, and to be a headquarters for our local volunteers. We do have a small office space right now, but I am thinking in terms of a large building to really bring that presence back to Fairfield County, because I think when we do that, we're going to be able to do all of our classes and all of our education on site. And we do have great partners in Fairfield that we do blood drives with, and we do they open their doors for us. But this would just be another avenue to increase our activity in the county. So more to come on that as we move forward towards the summer in terms of new space in Fairfield County for our chapter. So I know I've been talking a lot. I do want to just touch base here before I go to questions on a couple of initiatives that are important for me and I think are important for the audience that maybe they can relate to. So most Americans are no stranger to cancer, as the headline says. 40% of adults in the US will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetimes. My father was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2013 and passed away 6 months later. However, my dad got blood and platelets from the Cleveland Clinic to help fight his cancer during his chemo and his radiation. And all of the blood, as I mentioned before, from the Cleveland Clinic was donated from the American Red Cross. So that's kind of my path and my connection and my passion for the Red Cross is, they gave my dad more time to spend with me and my brothers and my mom. And I think sometimes you don't know your Red Cross story, and why I bring up cancers is because I feel like everyone knows somebody who has it, or everyone knows somebody who's fought, or they've lost somebody with it. And I just want to remind people that, donating blood, donating platelets really help people fight cancer, just like my dad. So if you think about this and you have not given blood or platelets before, that's okay. Maybe you don't like giving blood, you're afraid of needles, a lot of people are, but maybe you can ask a friend or a family member who isn't, or maybe who has given blood before, to do this. I also wanted to bring this up as well. If there's organizations on here on the call today that want to have a blood drive, that maybe want to focus it on fighting cancer, we can do that. And we can do any kind of blood drive if you're interested, and I will give you my contact information. The other one that I'm very passionate about is helping fight sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is a disease that disproportionately affects African Americans. In 2021, to recruit more Black donors, we've created a new campaign called Closing the Gap. When you think about sickle cell disease, you need between 50 to 100 blood transfusions on average, depending on the type of sickle cell you have. So you really want the blood to be a genetic match as well as a number match. So to do this, we are trying to raise awareness for diversity in giving blood. About 3% African Americans give blood to the American Red Cross, and around 8% of Latinos give blood to the American Red Cross. So just trying to fill in the gaps to get more diverse donors to better help our patients is the goal of our campaign. So just as with cancer, if you are interested in having a diversity and inclusion blood drive to help fight sickle cell disease, I am more than happy and willing and ready to help you do that and partner with the Red Cross. One of the last things I wanted to talk about is Pedro the Penguin. It's about a 45-second video, but Pedro the Penguin is a a class lesson that students can do virtually, which I think is really important right now. I know maybe schools are opening back up, but probably not fully till next year. So this is a cool way to maybe engage students in K first and second with some cool activities. So I'm gonna hit play here and let you guys see this.
When an emergency strikes, do you know what to do? Because we gotta stay safe, and friends and family do too. Let's build a plan and a kit we can use, and share the lessons we learn with everyone in our crew.
Hey everyone!
With Pedro the Penguin. Be prepared. Take action.
Take action!
So buckle on up and let's begin. If you wanna be prepared, come on and learn along with him.
In this natural tuxedo, I'm prepared for any occasion.
Come on and prepare with Pedro.
All right, so as you can kind of see, Pedro the Penguin is going to be a great way for kids to learn about disaster preparedness. They get to learn coping skills, and the best part for me is this last slide here, and this is actually from the training, and it's for grown-ups, and this gives me a huge sense of relief, because we can educate, you know, the children, but then they get to go home and they get to share this with their parents, and they're really excited about it. And this really brings the whole family unit engaged with the Red Cross. And as you can see on the checklist, you know, we're going to help make a family, to help them make a plan, to get medical kit supplies ready, to practice your home escape fire drill, to test your smoke alarms. You know, if we can just change one family's plan to save one family's life, all of this is worth it. And that's why I love this Pedro the Penguin, is it's going to hit the entire family unit. So if you know someone in the local school districts, in kindergarten and first, second grade, that you think would love for their students to participate in this virtual course, also please reach out to me and we can connect and get to the right people. And then lastly, getting involved in Fairfield County. You know, I think one of the nice things the Red Cross does is we have a really cool volunteer assessment where you can go online and kind of tell the Red Cross, you know, multiple choice questions, what you like to do, what you don't want to do. You know, maybe you're an accountant during the day, so you don't want to do anything with numbers in your volunteer work. This will kind of lead you to where you might want to be. So that's probably the first thing I would say. If you don't know exactly where you'd want to be with the Red Cross, where your passion is, I would take the assessment, and that will get you to the right person. I am currently looking for help in 3 different areas. The first one is board member. I am lucky enough to have one board member from Fairfield County. Michael Mitchell from Park National Bank is my vice chair. Currently, my board is of 7 individuals, and we're looking to be at about 10 by the end of the summer. And I do want to have at least 1 or 2 more representatives from Fairfield County. Being on the board will allow you to be part of our initiatives, to be a voice for your specific community, to meet new people. Our board's going to consist of members from all 10 counties. Our newest board member is Mayor Steve Patterson of Athens. He just joined a couple weeks ago. So if you're looking, we meet every other month for an hour. So 6 meetings a year. We do have some committees and other things that we do, obviously, but in a virtual world, we've been meeting virtually too. So if you are interested in talking to me more about, you know, being a board member and what that could mean, also please contact me. And then 2 of our committees that spin off our board of directors. One is our diversity and inclusion committee, which focuses on diversity and mission delivery, making sure that we are, you know, pushing for sickle cell blood drives, that we are we have a diverse board, that we have diverse volunteers, that we're reaching the right communities, and we're being fair and respectful to everybody. That's what we talk about in our diversity and inclusion committee. And I would love more representatives for that group. And then our mission committee is all about thanking volunteers, thanking the community, finding ways to partner with other organizations. So 2 committees that spin off the board, and I'm looking for members for as well. So, and I'm sorry, this is the last slide. I'd love to invite everybody on this call and everybody who watches this. On March 23rd, we have our annual Humanitarian of the Year event. This year, we're going to be honoring Dr. Amy Acton and Central Ohio's healthcare community. Below, it's www.togetherohio.givesmart.com. I do not believe you don't need an invitation. I'm inviting you all now, but I do believe you have to go on and register to get the link for the virtual presentation for Humanitarian of the Year. So it should be really neat being able to hear Dr. Amy Acton and tell some stories about the Red Cross and the early days of COVID and some of the decisions she's made. Again, the website is below, and I can put this in an email to you guys as well. So I appreciate you guys listening to me talk that entire time. It's a lot of information, but I wanted to get it out there for you guys. So does anyone have any questions for me?
Hi.
Hey, Andrea. Good. How you doing?
Good. I don't necessarily have a question. Well, maybe kind of a question, but I know you're talking about building and space.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with the Connection West building in Lancaster?
I am not.
Okay, so it is like a community center. It's an old elementary school, but I can send you the contact information of the director here, but it just might be a good place to maybe explore and see if that might be a good match for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really, I'm passionate about it. I think we need to have a bigger physical presence in the county, and it's just really going to benefit all of us, and including United Way and our continued partnership for the future. So
Definitely. Okay, I'll send you that to you.
awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Andrea read my mind with that because I was just in there last week and they have a nice big open space where
Okay.
possibly you could have a waiting area or a blood drive, and they have the gym and everything. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I was thinking with Pedro, we could send that to the instructors at Forest Rose through Fairfield DD, and they may be able to send that out. They're looking at virtual things too. They've come back to school part of the time, but I think they're still sending virtual things out to families. So if you could send me that.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that.
Anybody else have any questions?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Is the process the same when you're donating blood versus platelets? I mean, are you on the table as long, or I give blood, but the longer I'm there, the worse I get. So
Yeah, Kristen, I do not have the answer for that, but I can get it for you.
Okay.
I've never given platelets before, so
right.
I'm not 100% sure.
I think
I
so.
have O negative.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna say I have O negative, so I get calls all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, and I feel bad because I pass out. I just do a horrible job when I'm done. But I thought maybe even if it was the process was maybe a little bit simpler for the platelets, I could still help.
Yeah, and I did, and that does bring up a good point, and that I completely forgot about is, we've adapted with COVID-19 to the extent, so when you give blood with the Red Cross, if you've had COVID-19 and it's recently in your system, it's going to pop up for us, and we will let you know if you have the antibodies for COVID-19. If that is the case, then you essentially would consider yourself to have had it and be healthy and recovered. So you can go give your platelets to hospitals to help the patients that are still fighting COVID-19. So that's just for antibodies. So that's another thing too. If you're had COVID-19 and you're healthy and you've recovered, I would consider doing that if you wanted to help others.
Yeah, I was gonna say, real quick, my mom goes and gives platelets. I think you have to go to like Columbus and it takes a couple hours. So it's
Yeah, I think Scott might have, he was gonna donate plates, about 2-hour process from Scott. So yeah, it seems like it's a little bit longer than blood.
Yeah, thanks.
Kristen, I've been with you and you are right before you were finished giving blood. I don't think that you should sign up for platelets.
I know I like to, but I mean, I got off the table and it just kind of, it starts coming and it's, you know, I don't know how to stop it or prevent it. They say, don't drink this or eat this. And I do all those things, but I've been giving blood since I was 17 and it happens just about every time. So
Yeah,
not a big deal. It's just, you know,
it's
embarrassing.
scary sometimes.
So I will continue.
Anybody else have anything for Matthew this morning? I don't have anything else in the chat either.
Okay. Well, sounds good. I really appreciate the opportunity. I wish I could do this in person. I think we all do. But yeah, I've been doing this virtually for years, so I haven't met anybody in any of my counties in person. So I'm excited to do that.
Well, we appreciate it, and we'll put it out on our YouTube channel, and then I'll also send you the link for your recording, and you can
Okay.
send it out to other people as well, and maybe reach some more people that way.
Okay, sounds
If
good.
I were you, Matt, I would stay at the beach and
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. So, thank you so much.